And good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. 1848 here in Southeast Asia, 29th of December, 2020. Market time for Chicago is 04:28 a.m. So we're looking at the London morning hours. Didn't get back in time for the Asia close London crossover, but looks to me like it's pretty straightforward. They've been going crazy in Globex as yesterday, continuing the uptrend for new highs. They just about got to 12,900. Just a couple of ticks short. What did they get to? They got to one tick short of 12,900. So I guess we've got more of the upside to look forward to. Perhaps a bit of correction like yesterday. Let's pop this open and see what we have here. Well, there's yesterday, regular trading hours. Here's the Globex. You can see that it was straight up. They brought it down, tested back down into past the POC, and that go. Yeah, they didn't quite make it to the value area from previously, but 74. They didn't get to settlement either. Anyway, so what we have now is a definite up move through the high of yesterday. Of course, as per the statistic, they did take out the high and the record high. If you look back on the stream for last week, you can see that what is going on here? Why is this thing not remembering? I changed all of this yesterday. Huh. This is the Tradovate desktop platform. Why this is not doing this? That's about weird. Huh. I have no clue what that behavior is all about. But that's pretty interesting. Point and figure. So we have the daily. And that's pretty obvious what that's all about. I'd say they're going to try to pound 13,000 in this year. Going to have a lot of people long. They had a flush here where they grabbed all these stops. Consolidation, bust out. Could be in for another correction back again. A lot of people long here. A lot of exuberance. What was it Greenspan used to call it? I forget. So anyway, the 5-minute chart, just steady upstream. Globex, regular trading hours, Globex. This is the usual chart I pay attention to, the 20 range. I find it's a little less noisy. Again, as yesterday, these London guys, they like to push the envelope for Asia, and there's a London Open, so they took it up. Oftentimes it'll pull back to VWAP, and then they'll position again. To recap, this is the NQ 20 range, NQ 5 minute, and the ES 5 minute. This is the jigsaw dome. Value area is the light gray. Deviations from value, high and low, is the darker gray. And in regular trading hours, we have the value area high, POC, value area low. And as always on all charts, the purple is the VWAP with 3 standard deviations above and below, cumulative delta, and relative volume. So our settle is 12,832 here. And they are haven't gotten back down to it yet, but see how this opens. They're not as far away as they were yesterday. Inventory is 100% long in the so far in the Globex. You can see what thinking that a short was going to do here. That would have been a nasty surprise. And except for this all right. May or may not trade, depending on what's happening here with the family. For the be kind of nice to grab a short, quick trade here and pocket a couple dollars before we have to worry about staying up for the open, the regular trading hours open, which is another 5 hours and change here, 4.5 hours. The open here is 22:30 local, 08:30 CST. Try to figure out all this YouTube stuff here, which I have never messed with at all. So far, so good, I hope. Trying to get the titles and all of that stuff figured out. As I've said on a couple of the previous threads or streams, my revenue model nor my goal are to be an internet star or YouTube star. I am solely doing this stream as I think, the most convenient and insightful trading journal. I mean, how much better can it get? You can review your trades at any point in time after the fact and listen to the audio, your thoughts, see the trading decisions with a clear mind when you're not engaged in the market. That seems fantastic to me and essentially free. So pretty hard to beat. And the second motivation is to develop a community of like-minded people who want to develop their trading and achieve a consistent profitability and all of the good things that go with that. So that's where we are. I'm hopeful that we have the video stream proper and straightened out. That was drama if you've looked at any of the previous content or live streams. And now we'll focus on getting the audio so that's lined out. And once those two things are out of my hair and tracking properly, we'll devote our full attention to trading, which is the goal, of course. And the idea was to get all of this set up and running by the first of the year. So it looks like we're on track for that, no problem. Took a trade yesterday, one trade, fast one for $235 and change, I believe, about 12 seconds. Very, very, very limited exposure to the market, very limited risk, no heat. That's the kind of thing we're looking for. Keep an eye on the cumulative delta, movement in the dome. And I don't particularly like the candlesticks. For some reason, I find the bar chart easier to read. But in this case, I think it's more lends itself, or the candlesticks lend themselves more to a cleaner stream and better video for users. So viewers, subscribers, whatever the correct term is in YouTube speak. I don't game, nor have I ever. I did build this computer, which is pretty much a strong gaming computer solely for trading and streaming. Try to get the video uploaded for the parts of this computer so that that can be a reference for someone. Perhaps over this longer weekend, I'll be able to record a few videos about the setup of the trading system, trading platform, which is Tradovate. It's the Tradovate platform branded as TST Trader for TopStep Trader. We're in the phase 2, step 2 of the combine. This channel, my intention shall always be free, and there will be no trades taken off stream, unless I guess some catastrophe should happen and the computer went down and I would have to get out of a trade by the phone or something like that. But there, none of this business where you watch someone that's underwater a substantial amount, and then miraculously the next day, oh well, they traded that on the during Globex or something, and they made all that money back. That's not the idea. I think accountability is ultimately important, and that's my thinking. So, try to get this mic figured out here. I brought it right down to the volume area, just that support area right there. And again, back through. So that was 5-6 points. Well, the stream seems to be holding up. Got no error messages going on anywhere from the OBS platform or from the studio. So that's a good thing. What I was able to check on phone, computer, haven't checked on the iPad yet. It seems that the 1440p 60 frames that we settled on yesterday afternoon is coming out with a good quality. Still doesn't look quite as sharp as I would like to have it, but anyway, again, I'm not, I tend to go down a rabbit hole technically when things, I want to get to the bottom of something. I need to understand all about it in order to use it. And that's not my goal here, and I don't want to fall down that hole. So we're going to make sure this quality is good. If there's any suggestions of how to make it better, I'm all ears. All ears. Funny that the ES is not. Well, take that back. Yeah. So here we are. Generally, things start to heat up about an hour before the open. Quite frequently, there will be a move back to the VWAP. Looks like they're a little bit ahead of that schedule today, but there's not enough volatility. I mean, look at this. Not enough volume going on there to matter, and it's a great place to get your head chopped off. In the Globex, it's got to be moving sufficiently and in a real direction move. Now, I didn't hit it first thing in the morning. If you'd have just come in and gone long, you'd have been 50 points, 40 points on the day. That might have been the play, but I other things to do, and I don't. May change, but my policy now is not to just sit and stare at the market the entire day. This is kind of interesting that we're getting a sell-off if it falls through this bottom, this low area here on the ES, and the NASDAQ follows. We could get some down move here, but that's got to get through a lot of support area here in this high volume node to get that. However, if we could get a trade down to this area out of this volume area here, that would be a nice move. The ES seems to be moving much more conviction than does the NQ NASDAQ. Pretty washed out over here. I wonder if you can change his colors now. Didn't used to be able to. Wonder what happens if we change those wick bodies, wicks and candle bodies to white. One of the idiosyncrasies of the Tradovate channel, you'll notice that when I'm scrolled into this point, it's candlesticks, even though candlesticks chart type is selected. When you scroll out, screws me, scroll out, it automatically goes back to the bar chart, which I like. I prefer bar chart, actually. But this, again, is probably easier on the stream. Clearer, more defined. I don't think that it's a good idea, or from a YouTube point of view, or from just resources point of view, to, for example, just let this stream continue through till the open. It's 3.5 hours. I will continue to do as I have done previously, where I take care of the watch usually the Asia close, London open, and then restart a new stream about an hour before the open, 30 minutes perhaps, before the regular trading hours open, and through for however long I continue to monitor or trade. Very seldom is that ever more than an hour and a half or two. Whole lot of nothing going on here. But it is just about 11 minutes past 11, so inching towards lunch hour in London. I think I'll close this stream off. Looks like it's going to be, there may be some movement here in the interim before we start the preparation for the open, regular trading hours open, but pretty light volume, 2 days before New Year, middle of the holiday break. I don't think we need to be too OCD about watching these markets or trading them. get a few things done around here, and be back for the probably take a look at the open. So if you are going to trade, be extremely careful. This is a perfect recipe to get your head chopped up. So, basically doing nothing. They're not even trading this. This looks like they're just, nothing going on here. I've had to look a couple times to see if the screen was frozen. This thing hasn't moved for 30 seconds. There we go. They're just ticking it back and forth. And it may just suddenly drop based on this ES. If the ES gets some sellers found here on the way down, might definitely prompt a sell-off in the NASDAQ, at least back to VWAP. But I'm not in the mood to take a trade here, and they could just as easily decide to pop it back up to this volume area, or some Einstein might want to make a new high of the day. They may be catching their breath and having lunch to come try to run for 13,000. So who knows? I definitely do not think I will stay on and just soak up stream time here. That would be pretty boring to everyone and not educational in any way. Trading is dangerous. You can lose more money than you invest. Certainly not for everybody. I've got to get the risk disclaimer thing posted up to the side. I think that's probably important. Not going to be ever making trade calls, or this is not any kind of a trading call. I don't know what you even call them, these rooms where you go there and the guys are saying enter here, call there, do this. I will make my own trades. I'll make a commentary about them as I go. And my advice is don't try to follow my trades because there's a delay implemented by YouTube. So I have no control over that. What you see on the stream will be after the fact. So you could well be behind the curve and in a losing situation. Looks like they want to get that down there, but this support area here is just not going to stand for it so far. Not going to stand for it so far. And whenever they get like that, and the Globex could easily go the other way, and you'll notice that the ES is just hammering straight on that 4420 zone and not able to break through it. So not my style of market for trading. Be safe. I'm going to shut the stream off now, and we'll look to restart about 30 minutes or so before the regular trading hours. That would be around 8 o'clock Central Standard Time in the U.S. or around 2200 in Asia, Southeast Asia. We're in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which is just up the road from Singapore, if you know where that is, or a little bit south of Bangkok. You have the general idea. Manage your risk and trade safe. Speak to you.